All right, one last 49ers update for you from the hotel room here in Seattle. Kyle Shanahan just had his post-win conference call. He sounded a little tired. Maybe he celebrated a little bit last night. As you'd expect, George Kittle announced that that was the plan. I don't know if it was for Kyle Shanahan, but 49ers enjoyed themselves after clinching the NFC West. They are back in the Bay Area. They flew to San Francisco, probably San Jose, actually, on the charter last night. Not too bad from Seattle, right? Probably an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. And now they get to watch other teams play football this weekend, and then they're going to reconvene on Zoom on Sunday. The 49ers will for some initial meetings. First practice for next week is on Tuesday because they play Washington on the following Saturday, not on Sunday. Anyway, Shanahan's updates. First, Javon Kinlaw. 49ers about to welcome him back to practice. He's expected to have his practice window open to return from IR this coming week. Now, remember that Javon Kinlaw will have 3 weeks from the moment that his practice window opens to be officially activated from IR. So the 49ers do not need to bring him back immediately, nor do I think that's the plan. I think they're trying to surgically strike this so that Javon Kinlaw is back for either week 18 or the playoffs, because they know that fluid buildup in his knee is going to be a problem. So the goal is to test the hell out of Kinlaw's knee at practice, make sure it can hold up for a couple games to justify the IR activation, right? Because the 49ers have only 2 left. And then if everything's good to go, you might see Kinlaw in week 18 for the 49ers, because that's how that 3-week practice window would work. They've got to be stingy with these return to IR designations. They already essentially ruled Hassan Ridgeway out for the season by putting him on IR yesterday. That means that Kevin Givens is not on IR. He can come back from that, but you use one of them on Elijah Mitchell, probably one of the IR returns, if all goes well, on Javon Kinlaw. So good news, though, that he's made enough progress to return to practice this next week. Other injury update, this one from the game specifically in Seattle. Charvarius Ward is indeed in the concussion protocol. There was some confusion about that on Thursday. First, he was ruled to be examined for a concussion. Then they said that he had cleared on the press box PA. Kyle Shanahan, though, said that the 49ers weren't comfortable with that. They did not reinsert Ward into the game. He officially entered the facility today with some concussion-like symptoms. So Charvarius Ward is in the protocol. That likely was the biggest injury news to hit the 49ers in their win against Seattle. So they can consider themselves relatively lucky, because the other 2 are minor. Ankle injury for Ambry Thomas. He tweaked the pre-existing condition, and a hamstring issue for Danny Gray. Both of those players are day to day. So amazing, right? 49ers go to Seattle. Relatively cost-free victory. Nobody with a major career-ending injury out there. I mean, that happens in Seattle. You get these season enders, career enders. It was the 49ers' final regular season game on turf. They skate through. They get the win. They've won 7 straight. They've been the best team in the NFL by far over those 7 straight games. And now they have hit well-earned rest time. They are going to get a couple days off, lick their wounds. I mean, it was really hard to turn around from Sunday to Thursday and play as hard as the 49ers did. But they wanted to celebrate. They wanted this division championship, and they did get it. And now they have a chance to finish the regular season 10-0. If they do that, I think it's more likely than not they'll be the number 2 seed, because Minnesota, they play 2 games at the end of the season at Green Bay and at Chicago, 2 cold weather games for a dome team. I think there's at least one more loss left in the cards for Minnesota. So the 49ers' goal is to earn as many home games as possible in the postseason. Shanahan said that they wouldn't rush anybody back from injury to try to get that number 2 seed, but they certainly will be playing hard for it over the final 3 games of the regular season. While you're here, check out my article from last night. Locker room scene, 49ers deliver the finishing blow. Jordan Mason, the closer, dealing for the 49ers, throwing some gas there at the end of the game. Check it out. Some awesome thoughts from George Kittle on the pregame meeting in the Marriott Bellevue Hotel. I got good thoughts from Jordan Mason. I was the only person to interview Jordan Mason. It's like going to a Yankees game where they clinched the pennant, or the AL West pennant, and nobody talked to Mariano Rivera in the locker room. I mean, that would never happen, right? I get it. Football has a lot of people in the locker room, so there was a lot of distractions. But it was really cool to talk to Jordan Mason. He actually delivered the closing quote for the story. So go ahead and check that one out. And obviously a lot of emotions in the 49ers locker room. One video I have up on YouTube Talanoa Hufanga refused to do an interview with cameras present without Tashawn Gibson included, and Tashawn Gibson refused to do an interview without Talanoa Hufanga included. Just a cool touch there. Shows kind of the respect those two have for each other, the camaraderie, the teamwork between the 49ers, two safeties. So go ahead and check out all that content on the channel. It was really cool to be in that locker room with the 49ers yesterday. Not as crazy as the NFC Championship win a couple years ago, but why would you expect it to be that crazy? They still have a ways to go. This team has been there and done that. You know, one of the things the rookies talk about, like Jordan Mason, he's so thankful to come in to a locker room where these guys have already been at those heights of the NFC title game and the Super Bowl. So, you know, there's an expectation that you're going to have fun when you win the division, but you're not going to act like you haven't been there before, because the 49ers have been there before. So they had a party, but it's still business-like. And they're going to move forward trying to clear the path to the Super Bowl. All right, so our quick injury update. In summary, Kinlaw expected to return to practice next week. 3-week practice window will open. I'd expect him back, if all goes well, by week 18. Return from IR. Charvarius Ward is indeed in the concussion protocol, and the 49ers skated without any other major injuries. Ambry Thomas and Danny Gray, ankle and hamstring, respectively, are day-to-day. All right, everybody, like the video, sub to the channel. Maybe some more food action from Seattle for you, because I'm not getting on a flight here for another 3+ hours or so. So who knows? Maybe we'll find something good on our way out of town. All right, everybody, thanks for following along. It's been a fun road trip. 49ers, just my opinion, best team in football right now. That's the way that they're playing. So we will keep the content rolling. Everybody take care.